Variety is admitting that Hollywood is bad and out of ideas. That's like the Wall Street Journal admitting that, yeah, the bankers are corrupt and nobody has any actual money and everybody's borrowing a bunch of made up nothing, right? I am Mecca. Please subscribe to this channel.
Whoopsie, whoopsie.
Shut up, Timmy. Nobody asked you. You're crazy and weird, allegedly. I don't know. Oh, wait. Who cares who that is? We're talking about Disney and Pixar and we went by a movie theater and every single film was a bad movie or a flop. A big flop. Not a single movie this year in Disney has passed $1 billion. We haven't had one of those since, what, 2021? Oh, thank you so much. And it was TA. Fourth throat of Timmy. He must be thirsty. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anubis. I gotta checkle. All right. Here we go. Where is it? Disney's harsh new reality. Did our chat freeze? Oh no, our chat froze. Did the chat freeze? Disney's harsh new reality of a thing. It's a thing and a thing. Yeah, I think the chat froze. Type in the chat if you think that if the chat froze, because I think I saw the chat. And then it didn't move, and now it stopped moving. It froze. Oh, no. Or it's my thing. Anyway, Disney. Oh, here you go. The bald guy with the bald weird guy with a skateboard. The bald guy with a skate park in his basement. I don't believe you. It's weird. I don't believe you. I don't know. Maybe he's not. You think so? I don't know. Who knows? I might be the weird one for all you know. Who watches hockey in the desert in July at 115 degrees in Las Vegas? And it was killed the chat. Sorry. You killed the chat. It's alright. You didn't do it on purpose. It's alright. Oh, here we go. I'm trying to pull my hair back like on. Disney's harsh new reality, costly film flops, creative struggles, and a shrinking global box office. They basically admit everything's bad. Look at this. With Avengers Endgame, people went out to the movies multiple times. This is what I said yesterday. Are they listening to me? No. Are they finally realizing it? That was just like a global consensus that we've been telling them time and time and time and time again. And time again and time and time and time again. Now, there's less of a need to make multiple trips to the multiplex. Moviegoers can just wait a matter of months or less for a film to land on streaming. And what did I tell you? It's going to be on streaming in like a week. Your time is not nearly... What am I saying? Your time is more valuable than their stupid movie. It's a stupid movie and nobody cares. And it doesn't matter. Like, the investors need to realize that these movies need to make money. These movies can make them money. You cannot settle for bombs. You can't keep settling for flops and bombs and flopperoonies and crap. And this is what Variety is telling you. And that's a bot and doesn't know what the hell it's saying. That is somebody for Disney's camp who's like, no, everything's fine. Everything, it's the meme with everything's fine, it's not fine. Guess what? I'm better at magic than Hollywood is. Right now, I can make it appear right now. It looks just as good as their stupid volume software. And I'm a nobody in a bedroom in my office here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Because Vegas is, this might as well be the surface of, the surface of hell here. Disney. For the past decades, there has been, for the past 1 decade, has been the Teflon movie studio. But it's always been kind of this saccharine, clean-cut, wholesome type of thing, hasn't it? It's always been that sort of property. It's always been the type of property that you're going to be able to show anybody of any offense level for the most part. So there's not going to have a bunch of language everywhere for the most part. And that's what it used to be. Not anymore. Now people are, well, everybody went nuts after 2020. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Everybody went nuts and they all started believing whatever their little internet bubble said. And they all live in this little reality of whatever their internet things tell them, that's what's happening constantly. Right? Which is really crazy. It's really, really crazy. But this year, the long-reigning titan on the box office has shown cracks as 4 of its biggest releases from those brands and others have struggled in theaters. There's the dispiriting release of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which was awful. It was awful. It was unwatchable. I didn't even finish it. A rare Marvel movie likely to lose tens of millions. Ant-Man's losing tens of millions. The Little Mermaid remake. It fell short of expectations. I got a thing on that. And the remake 1989 classic Magic Elementals. This is the new one. Original story that tried and failed to recapture Pixar's magic. Well, Pixar's not the same thing it was then either. Elemental. First off, nobody's heard anything of it. Second, it just seems so samey. What was the one Inside? Was it Inside Out? Where you had all the little characters in the person's head. Sure, you have some fire elementals, and who cares? Who cares? Sure, it's an original story, but make us care about it. Why do we care about it? Do we have months and months and years? This is the other thing they forget. The movie industry that I grew up with, where you would see on HBO, you would see like these little documentaries a year before the movie was out about them being made. You would see all this behind the scenes stuff. You would hear about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusader, before it was out. I think that's what they were calling it beforehand. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do you guys remember that, or am I making that one up? Seems like they called it that once. And well, it was the same thing with, oh gosh, what was the Star Wars one called? See, my brain's just not remembering stuff as quick as I used to, because this is how you get when you forget these things, because they don't care anymore. And they don't give you time to anticipate it. They don't give you time to miss it. They don't give you time after. They don't give you a lot of time in the theater. They give us a new movie every week. That's another thing. These movies every single week as product, as an addiction. It's like, oh, you go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And that's what they want us to be back in the habit of. But they haven't given us anything that got us hooked yet. They've got to give us that little bit of like, ooh, they got to give us that little rush, that little jolt, that thing that we want to go and see the movies for to begin with, to spark us and hook us back. What movie's done that recently? What movie? I don't know. Super Teenage Kraken movie from Universal Studios who bombed. That one too. That one bombed. Barring a miracle, a sudden surge of interest in Haunted Mansion. A sudden interest in all things Haunted Mansion. Yeah, so first off, you're releasing a Haunted Mansion movie in July? July. No. What's wrong with this, guys? Tell me what's wrong with releasing a Haunted Mansion movie in July. Tell me what's wrong with that in chat. You guys know, and we don't need a rocket surgeon to tell us. Because I can tell you what, it's not seasonably timely. It's not fashionable. Alright, release Independence Day on 4th of crapping July. Release something summer related. Release something end of summer related in the middle of July. Don't release a Halloween themed crap. This is like if you release the goddamn at least Christmas in July is a thing that people sometimes happen to think about. They're not smart. They're just not smart anymore. They don't care. They're not smart. They want to write these off because their film is product. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is the biggest earner this year with $835 million. And it's the first time since 2014. except for 2020 and 21 during the pandemic, that Disney will not have a movie that reaches $1 billion. Why am I clapping? I have the writing cut for that. $1 billion. Okay? Okay, Disney. This is exactly what happened when retail failed. What happened? They start going in the business of how do we save money? How do we save money? We get rid of people. We start downsizing, and that's exactly what Disney's been doing. I have 27 articles here, which I'll try and pull up quickly and timely, about how much money that these corporations are trying to save by getting rid of all their diversity and inclusion and boo, 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 and their dead weight and their stupid people who don't matter about anything, right? So they're getting rid of all these people. And that's exactly what retail did. They started getting rid of people and downsizing to save money instead of trying to make money. And if I can find it, was it a Bleeding Fool? No, I think it was I might not have grabbed it. Anyway, it was an article, I think, from Bounding Into Comics that had all the list of all of the people who were... I can just find it live. It's not a huge deal, because you know what I can do? I can do the thing.
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat.
Here you go. There you go. All the people who they downsized. I think it was just a couple of days ago here. So this is their site. They are pretty far right-leaning, but they did have a good sum up, I guess, of how many... Where are these guys? Oh, they had... And I can't find it quickly. They had all of the diversity people that they got rid of. Do you see it? I don't see it. If I can't see it on their homepage, it was probably a couple of days ago. It was probably a few days ago. This was it. Can their diversity people... Warner Brothers and Netflix got rid of theirs too. There you go. They're getting rid of all their dead weight people. I think entertainment and film and streaming and movies and filmed TV series, scripted sort of Hollywood, is kind of going to be obsolete in its current medium. There's going to be something new that takes over, right? There's going to be something new and different that's going to be the way we consume a new medium, art form, something. But the entertainment industry is going to have its kind of niche of a niche, and it's going to really, really have to tailor itself down to being a nostalgic thing where we bring back these old movies that we like. I was just watching a video about this that was really relevant to music too, where all the music is nostalgia based. Well, all these movies are nostalgia properties. What do you have? You got Indiana Crapping Jones. You got Transformers. You got a Barbie movie. You've got pretty much everything except Oppenheimer, which is a historical documentary. But that's really, at this point, that's really, more of a high art, Oscar bait type of cinema film. That's not so much like stupid popcorn movies for the masses, right? So you're going to have your high art, you're going to have your indie movies. I think the massive popcorn movies, they really need to kind of restructure themselves and stop making them as a weekly sort of, you need them every single week for your fix, because they're not making the money. They need to really, really dial back what they're going to promote as their little popcorn sort of movies. If they're going to keep doing them, or if they're going to go back to just like a summer blockbuster and be done with it, and focus on one or two really, really good movies. Maybe go back to that instead of a crappy movie every single week. You can't expect to have a crappy movie every single week make $1 billion indefinitely. I don't know. So I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you go anywhere.